I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, let's welcome everybody to our April 20th department head meeting. Just to let you know, these meetings are recorded and our camera goes to kind of who we're speaking, so there's a chance you could potentially be on camera. We move on with the approval of minutes from our April 6th meeting.
I'm working with approved minutes as presented for April 16th.
Okay, Crystal, thank you for the motion. Is there a second? Second. Thank you for the second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. So that passed. And Sonia is out and we do not have a accounts payable to approve, but we do have a payroll voucher for the period ending April 17th.
I'll make a motion to approve the payroll voucher for April 17th, 2023.
Anything for the motion? Do we need a second? Thank you for the second. All those in favor of the payroll voucher as presented, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. So that passes. Next up, we'll have the police clothing allowance for paying out for quarters 1 and 2 of 2026.
Make a motion to approve the police clothing allowance for April 14th.
Makes a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Anything for the second? All those in favor of the police clothing allowance, say aye. All those opposed, same sign. We move on to our department head reports, which are off with Tom, please.
For the month of March, we had a total of 124 cases. There were 2 citations issued, 2 warnings issued, had 5 arrests, responded to 5 property damage accidents, responded to 3 injury accidents, had 54 traffic stops. We had no cases filed with the prosecutor's office for review, and night shift put out 34 security checks. That's all I have.
Any other questions for Tom? Okay. Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Tom.
Next up, we'll have Scotland wastewater report.
Monthly report for March, the removal of CBOD was 98.047%. Removal of total suspended solids was 98.063%. Removal of ammonia was 95.197%. Removal of phosphorus was 88.453%. Our daily average flow was 499,000 gallons a day. For the month, we treated 18,244,348 gallons, and we had no NPDES permit violations. We built pressed 175,197 gallons. We've begun to landfill the biosolids, start to work on getting our loading emptied out. Had to unclog our drum screen. We had a wool blanket and some remnants of some bath towels that had got jammed up in it. Still getting our monthly reports from the JC storm. We cleaned the manhole 431. 413, coolies they've done a partial repair on that manhole. If you recall, we had the issues with this coming back on. They have got a flow channel now put in it. Actually, they're doing work down at Salem. So the next time they got their epoxy trailer out, they're gonna stop by and epoxy that one, and then it'll be done. And it is a lot better. We backed out the Logan Road lift station and the treatment plant lift station. Donnie and I have been doing some jetting around town. Been working with the elementary school on that sewer main extension. And also we've been working with Taco Bell on the existing lateral that's there, getting it abandoned, and the new connection that they'll need, getting it. On our surplus equipment, I'm still waiting on Jenner. Here's what we got. If they can find a buyer for it, we're gonna get our most money out of that unit that way than finding somebody that wants it. So that's the avenue that they're working on. They're getting close. They think we got a couple that's out there that's interested. If that falls through, our next, option would be probably work with Jim and have them sell it on an auction house or something like that, because they have all the records on all the maintenance that's done on it and all the calibration that was done on that unit. They will want a percentage of the sale, haven't told me how much yet. Our third one is going to be, we put it on that site, but typically when a municipality puts something on that site, they figure it is more out, we're not gonna get as much for it on one of the other two options. So right now, I'm still waiting on Jenner. It's springtime, those guys are running hard. Hopefully somebody wants what we've got, so that's where I'm at on that. We're about 35% complete on our equipment maintenance. I have started ordering some ditch PLC spare parts. Still researching the new asset management plan requirements from the state. We had to unclog a couple pumps at the Lundy Road, one RAS pump at the plant, and then a couple plants in the treatment plant lift station. Do have one stone pump. We're gonna have to replace it on it, and we're gonna get some pricing. We've got a hydraulic pump that's actually locked up on a skid loader that's tied into part of the radiator. Working on getting that worked through. Currently, we do have a rental unit that we're using to get the biosolids out and to do what we need to do on a daily basis. Been cleaning some of our tanks. UV was required April 1st to be online. We actually had it online about a week before, making sure everything was good to go. MPW, pump one, we've got a relay and controller, we're gonna have to replace. We're working on getting those parts in, and pump two is due for rebuild. I'm waiting for pricing back on that. And on the drum screen, we've got a little hiccup on the program. Sometimes it doesn't want to kick on when we need it to. We're working through that with the rep right now. That's all I've got.
Did you get answers? Did you get answers in that reading meeting that we had? Or
Yes,
even the procedures and maintenance of it?
yeah, so we'll slowly start to whittle on that list, yes.
Any other questions, comments, or Scott? All right, thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
We'll move on to Sean with the street closing.
All right, we had 81 locates, 2 tow-trucks, and no bill. Picked up garbage and yard waste, clean grates, empty trash cans downtown, mowed and weeded. Started spraying some weed. Fixed some potholes, bunch more. Got all the winter stuff cleaned up and put up, summer stuff out, and maintenance. Got the basketball poles up, and 2 of them with the backboards and goals put up. And hopefully finish up on Wednesday on that last one. Help Kevin at the pool get it ready. And the water comes on. And then, the guys are complaining about a lot of grass, a lot of leaves. I would like to see if we can't get talk about, you know, getting a container or something, or you could put your stuff in there, or just make it a lot faster, a lot easier, it's starting to get where it's a lot of grass.
We're looking at a toter, one with wheels, same size as like the Rumpke, or
Maybe a little heavy if they fill it full of grass, like a trash can or something. A regular, like 30-gallon trash can or something would be.
Are you proposing this per residence then? Is that?
Well, what I guess I kind of thought is, you know, we can give it out there, put it out there in the people that need it or want it, you know. But it's one of the things where it's, you know, it's just getting a lot of grass now. We're spending half a day picking up the grass. Take us longer. You know, I mean, the bags are fine, the paper bags are fine, just. Or rent a trash can or go buy bags. Okay, but the paper bags are fine, Seymour will take them to these. Just the trash bags are still like plastic, they don't take in, they get real thin looking.
give it fills up and dump that usually does once you believe it over, we do that trash bag.
Just put it in, we just got a bucket there, just put it in the bucket. Go back and throw it in there.
I think we need to find out like the cost of bags, like what Seymour, has and have it out there. Because you would just want to charge. I think it costs, you know, you don't want to get the profit on it, you just want to charge cost of the bag. And that way people are on the list for picking. And then if you do a toner. I'm just finding one that's not too heavy, but
Well, the regular size, we would put in.
no, it would be right where you're at with, it's, the load's too much. Is there something, we could buy like a tool or versus going this route that would make it easier? I mean, what options there are?
I don't think we'll be any option, I mean, 5 or so.
So right now, is there a hydraulic lift that would use over
You would
that
still
over
have
there?
to-
It's the only thing that ours don't have, is the thing that the Rumpke guys don't have, that trash dumper thing.
Could it be added?
So as of right now, what's the preferred method? What would be the preferred method as of right now?
What we do right now,
No, what would be the preferred method? Just put some pile?
right now, yeah, that's. Right now,
And
yeah.
that's what you scoop it up, throw it in?
Mhm.
What's your normal routine for picking up grass, leaves
We pick up yard waste, limit there on Tuesdays,
on Tuesdays?
yeah, unless it rains or. It's always try to do it on Tuesdays, just because everybody knows, you know. If the sun comes where we can't, or it takes us longer, you know.
Let's check out some other communities, see what they do, and try to get some ideas and come back on that. All right. Anything else for Sean? All right. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to, as part of the school board, we'll go ahead and start off with, Greg Spiegel.
All right. Some of these things are probably gonna be covered we passed, not this past month, but prior, but I don't think that you guys did made aware of it yet, so I'm gonna bring it up. Some approvals of board actions have had in recent months. Board approved a preschool, going to be at the elementary school called the Little Braves Academy. And since we approved it, there's 31 kids that are signed up to attend that thing in the fall, so it's pretty good. This past meeting, the board approved the starting up of a virtual online school. It's an option for our BCC, SC students from grades 9 through 12. We're going to use that as a test bed first to see if it can be expanded to lower grades after that first year. This will be for the 2026-2027 school year. The need for an additional school number is in the works, and the superintendent's working on getting that from the state.
Who's teaching that? Is it separate teacher or something?
It's actually a software program that kind of like AI automatically generates it and kicks it out. And there will be one teacher that does monitor it and then provide like one-on-one type help if needed. It's already being used. We've got it, so we're not buying new software or anything like that. It's used like when they do some of the virtual days, from what I understand. Is that good, Candy?
Yeah.
Chartwells, which is our cafeteria, they gave us a yearly update. I'm happy to report, after the data that they showed to us, the cafeteria is steadily improving on both their food options and their monetary balances compared to when they weren't running the cafeteria. So that's a great thing. The school is going to go ahead and expand this year's summer meal program. It's being offered not only, last year it was offered to Brownstown School Corporation students. This year we're going to expand it to anybody in the county. They don't have to have any special needs, and every student is eligible, it doesn't matter. Seymour already has a program like this, but Medora and Crowsville, they do not, so that might generate some more. We'd like to shout out a special thank you to two organizations, the Driftwood Christian Church and the Fraternal Order of Eagles Ladies Auxiliary. They donated, between the two of them, enough funds to cover the Brownstown Central Middle School, enough funds to pay off the middle school students' negative lunch account balances. Some funds were also used to purchase extra food for the students' backpack program. And this donation also assisted in covering year-end field trip expenses for all the students over there. So that's pretty nice of them. So if you're running into those folks, tell them thank you, please. Last thing on my list here is happy to report. We've been working on this for a while. The board has approved a startup of a welding curriculum or welding class at the high school. Basically, the motivation behind that was we need to improve our skills trades curriculums up there, and it's going to be a cost savings to the school. Currently, with what we're paying Seymour for 18 students to go up there, that roughly equates to 33.34% of the money they get from state region students. So that's like way over the top. Startup costs, basically we'll recover those in the first half of the year. If you look at what we were spending at Seymour compared to what our startup cost going to be, roughly a semester's worth of time before we get that back. Plus, we're in the process. I got word today. It's going to be approved. We're in the process of getting some grant money from different organizations. Other than that, any questions?
On the Little Braves Academy, you said there was 31 signed up. What would be capacity?
Okay, so initially they wanted to kind of keep it at 15 and only have one class for the first year, but it got so popular so quick, it jumped to 31. So there will be two classes. One's going to have 15, one's going to have 16. There is another option out there for students. I'm not sure how it's broken down. So this preschool, I think they're gonna have like an option to go all day, or they're gonna have an option to go morning only, or an option to go afternoon only. So out of those 31 kids, I don't know what options they have. But we were told it's gonna take 2 classes.
I got a kick out of seeing everyone's doing their signing day and took
That
a
was
picture
fun.
and put it on Facebook. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Andy, you ready to talk about the park?
Sure. First, Ian resigned as president, so Brian Wheeler went back to being the president. And we want to place Shane Fisher as a new park board member, so if we do agree on that first. and foremost.
I'll make a motion, actually.
I'll make a
Thank you.
motion to, place Shane Fisher as the new park board member.
Second. The motion made to second, all those in favor of Crystal's motion, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign, and so that pass.
Second, full transparency, I failed in doing due diligence when I hired Duke to do the work at the park. I assumed when you hired someone, they did the job from beginning to end, and they did not. So if you've been up there, the trench is rough, looks really bad, there's a lot of asphalt and concrete. So kind of was in a panic about for a week and a half of how I was going to get that fixed, what we were going to do, the expense, the cost. And so I reached out to Greg, well, I reached out to Duke first, they said since we were the customer and it wasn't required by Duke, they were not doing anything. So I reached out to Greg, everyone thank him, because he got it, we're gonna cover it. So today I went up and the what's the name of them? Yard barbers were there. They'll put new topsoil up all the way up to the high school, the whole trench. They were there getting the asphalt out of the dirt. They're gonna seed and they are going to straw it. So thank you, Lacey. We can't thank you enough for that because not so big.
It's the right thing to do.
Well, that's what I failed at. I guess I assume when you hire someone, the job is beginning to end. I don't know. I guess I'm not really good on public hiring. I don't know. So I mean, it was my goal. I guess I didn't ask. Yes, that was my fault. But thank you. Really appreciate that. Sure, Shauna, thank you. And I'm sure Kevin overly thank you, Mike. So, they will not fix the concrete for the handicap though, is my assumption. So Sean said, you guys can do that. It's a little bitty area, go into the shelter house. So when it's all done, we get concrete, but that's minimal, I guess. The shelter has been cleaned and the lights are now working. So we have shelter lights from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. and 6. So, that helps light that area up since we don't have lighting yet. So it's nice and lit. Like I said, the basketball goals went up. Thanks for Sean helping that because we did not have to hire to put the goals up other than his normal street department help. So that was wonderful. And he said there were people already playing today. So, and you got it done at what, 2 o'clock or something. So we have the short one up and one of the big ones. So. Playground equipment has been ordered, so 4 to 5 weeks, and then we start that install again. I talked to the Indiana Department of Health of Jackson County, and they agreed, kind of wait and see when the items come in to do their, because they wanted to see it, they didn't want to do it before, so. There's gonna be a lot of sod work that needs done, which Sean has gotten me prices on sod work. So I did not order the 2 bobbles. We were already over budget anyway, and that bobble took us even completely over. So I kept that funding because we're gonna have quite a bit of sod, so that the hillside doesn't keep going down into the. So at some point, if we get a little bit more money or something, they said the bobbles, everything's ready, we just have to order them and place them. But we've got the merry-go-round, the teeter-totter, and the 2 hill slides. Grace will have to kind of work a little bit on the hill, but other than that, that should be good on there, and then we can work on siding. I believe, don't quote me, but I think it's Boys and Girls Club purchased the life jackets for the pool this year. Healthy Jackson County is still doing the free swim nights. They had a school meeting on Sunday, a work day. I think they worked a little bit. I'm not sure what all they got done. Do you have any idea? What they got done? We haven't talked to anybody, but I think everybody's hired. Everything's good to go. Did they get the grades installed? You know, you haven't done that?
We went over and took them.
They weren't installed yet. Okay, I got to check out the grades. I'm not sure about that, to be honest, but I know they were ordered and should be in.
They are sitting there.
They're sitting there, okay. Yeah. Still working on bids for our little community center. It looks like we have a commitment for a grant on that, so. I think that is it.
How wide were the dimensions on that, hillside?
It's pretty big. And they're the 30-degree angle, so we have to build that hill up a little bit. And I think it's the size of the big slide there. It's so big. I think, as Becky said, she's going to go down it. Want to try it? Yeah, sure. I'll feel like everything's out of my Absolutely. Volleyball called me, they, are still gonna go, because we don't need to do anything there, they're just gonna go through with their center. They're gonna do their summer thing. I told them the lighting is not hooked up, but there's enough lighting from the shelter, there's 2 other lights up there, they should be able to play. I don't think they play that late. Still in contact with people regarding pickleball lights. I'm trying to get hold of residents. I haven't had any luck. Have you seen anybody? I know I asked Sean to go with me one day. So we wanted their opinions on the installing the lights and the sound. Them staying open and talk to the park about closing at 10 and they were all good with that. Everyone decided to do that.
I don't know if 11 was the men's softball league going on, and maybe they catching up late for that.
Travel.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, Kevin like that the other 10 too, if he could come and shut down the bathrooms, not be 11.
And with the neighbors, they may just be print something off, put it in there, saying,
That's what
when a park board meeting comes, they'll come,
I'm moving forward.
at least we'd like to offer them opportunity.
And then Nancy called me today, she was interested in, shade, want some sort of shade, and I told her, we are trying to get more cohesion, consistency, so that everything in the park kind of goes together, you know what I mean? The benches look the same, the trash looks the same, the shade looks the same, so it's not like you got all these separations, so we're supposed to meet, and she's gonna look at the shade for the top of the swings, which will be the shade for our area. We should put the shade over there.
Is there still another layer of who's gonna have their,
We're good, I think.
the basketball court,
They did it.
is painted?
Yeah, okay. Okay, paint the lines and seal it. Did we seal it? I don't know that. You know, don't. Thank you.
We paint the lines.
Yeah.
Get a steady hand or maybe right, don't keep on the ground on the backboard too.
Well, on the backboard, we have room to put something if you guys want to put something.
Tell them your idea.
No, I don't want that.
How's that? Yellow.
8 foot, right?
What's that?
The middle one's 8 foot for the little kids?
1, 8, 2 10. Well, it may be 10, 1, 10, 2.
It's good as what you It's not regulation, but we did, yeah.
It's park basketball.
But it looks great. I think the little kids will love it. And it's sturdy enough that I don't think we'll have an issue.
Yeah. First we try. Thank you. Alright, we'll move on to old business. And we'll get the board and John Lawson.
Well, thanks for letting me come back. I guess I'll just give you a quick update on kind of where I stand on the flag project. I've been contacting, pretty consistently with Luke Nolting, and then he sent me to Natasha Miller. I don't know if that's any relation or not.
No relation.
Kind of curious on that, but she does the financing. So their board met last week, and they approved, to partner with me and whoever I get to volunteer and run all the funding through their organization, which is a 501(c), nonprofit type So it would be tax deductible for people that donate. So I think really where I stand is what I need, according to the previous two with Zach, is like a memorandum of understanding between town of Brownstown and Brownstown Union Main Street. So, I guess on my next step, if you could advise me,
No problem, if the council approves, I'd be happy to draft
Okay.
that.
Okay, all right, so, maybe you guys can put that to a motion here a little bit, I hope so. And then, basically after that, I start fundraising, at my first meeting official tomorrow morning with one of the city groups. I've had 2 people on there say they want to donate, I don't know how much. We're gonna put through Main Street, and I'll kind of head that with any volunteers that I can get to contact. Local businesses and individuals can donate, and we like to do some type of recognition like most people do. We just kind of have to work out what kind of levels we want to ask people, like a business or corporate do. We don't want to price everything out, but estimate cost to probably get started, to have a little bit of reserves, probably like to get about $4,000. Each one of the, on the existing amounts that we have for the banners for the flags, I think last week I counted 32 of those. It'd be nice to have all of them full, maybe even add some. I know Jerry Jackson 2 weeks ago inquired about maybe Ewing, so we'll have to work with them. We'd have to get new mounts. I don't know the cost of those. I think when Tim was here, he said he saw an invoice at one time what those costs and where they came from. But if I could get some information on that, I'd be glad to do that. And then anyone that does donate that wants a receipt, tax receipt, then they'll be willing to provide that then too. So I've been working on some potential, flyers to send out and emails. They provided me with a list of a lot of the people that donate to Rock the Rhine. So I'll probably start out with that, maybe go door to door. Or anybody that does want to volunteer, I'll make my contact. I'm going to use the school email that I got. I talked with, Mr. Tanner. And they said that go ahead and use for something like that, use the school email. To keep that above ground, cell number, so I'll be the point of contact. So if you know anybody that does want to volunteer, send them my way. But other than that, I think, got about 3 things: memorandum of understanding, fundraise, get enough money, and get it put up. So originally, I'd like to do it by Memorial Day. I don't know that that's going to happen. This being this late in April. But if we could get them out maybe by Flag Day, have them all through the 4th in the summer, and then it's Rock and Ride. People want to kind of relocate some of those, and then do it yearly after that. So that's all I got. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We on board with having Zach draft memorandum of understanding with the president of Main Street. So can you kind of mention?
Motion to approve a memorandum of understanding between town of Brownstown and Brownstown Union Main Street in regards to this flag project.
Okay, second. Make the motion, make the second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, and so that passes. All right, thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Matt Smith informed us he will not be at tonight's meeting. Keep him off for the next meeting. Anything else on our own business?
There actually is a legal matter that I need to address. There's been movement in the national opioid litigation, and it's going to require immediate passage of the resolution and then the signage of the participation form in the settlement. There were the largest opioid settlement with the largest producers of the opioids starting settled. This particular settlement is for the 6 remnant defendants, the 6 that did not participate in the original settlement. So that's finally happened. This litigation spanned 8 different states. I think the bankruptcy judge is officially done because the turnaround is pretty aggressive. So we have until May 8th, 4th actually, in order to pass a resolution, which I have drafted, and I sent to Sonia, who I didn't realize was not going to be at this meeting. So, would you be willing to jot your email down if it's a resolution of participation form for me?
No problem.
Or you have to jot that.
It's, enrollment. At brownstownph.com.
So I can go ahead and zip this over and then I can kind of go into the, like, what exactly it is that we're gonna be passing. So very quickly and stuff like that.
Is that fair off right now?
Um,
Is that fair off right now?
I could describe to you the contents of it, if you're comfortable with that, and we only need one signature. And the resolution will need to be passed, obviously, by majority, and then we'll require your signature on the participation form as well as the resolution. So I can go ahead and explain that, and then hopefully we can do that, so we don't have that. That's more conducive, and I apologize for the administrative pickup there. So it's as I indicated, so what's it do? There's three primary things: the town's participation in the settlement, which I strongly advise. It authorizes Greg to sign all the necessary paperwork on behalf of the town, and it confirms that any money that we were going to receive is going to be utilized only for opioid remediation purposes. That includes things like prevention, law enforcement efforts, treatment programs, things of that nature. Largely, I'm reticent to put a number on it, but it's a massive settlement, and we are a small town, and attorneys are expensive. So my guess is it'll be something south of $5,000, most likely.
So if we do it one time, aren't we getting more now? We get something monthly, once it gets so low, they kind of
Then it-
pull back and
correct. Yes, and those were with the larger producers. So this is the 6 smaller producers of the opioids. So I'm anticipating this to be significantly smaller in terms of revenue, but it was still a nice thing to have. So that's basically it. And I've got it with the running defendant's opioid settlement resolution ready to go. I'll go ahead and set that over. Then you can, if you have it, we'll need a vote on both our participation as a town and as well as vote on the resolution. Once that's done, then we can execute this document.
Okay. All right, we can circle back into that.
So, okay.
All right. Anything else for old business? All right, we move on to new business. I think it's why most everyone in the room is here. So Ashland Street speeding.
You betting, that's me. I think everybody, pretty much everyone, I'm Becky Crockett. And, my husband Roger and I reside on Ashland Street. We've been there since August of 1998. We want to thank you guys for the next time and thank Tom for giving the law enforcement down there to watch the other day. It's horrible down there. Since we moved, it was a dead end road. And over the past 2 decades, it's been extended to connect Beach Street to First Street, which in turn provides direct access to 135. So, since this connection was established, the traffic along Ashland Street has increased significantly. And many drivers now use that route as a head route. They think it's a shortcut between Highway 135 and 50. There's also semis coming down that way. And today there was a tanker truck coming down here. You guys stuff. Here are people from Ashland. Unfortunately, a number of these drivers are disregarding the posted traffic control, including the 20-mile-per-hour speed limit, which 2 signs are posted, and the multiple 4-way stop signs located at the key intersections along the route. They roll through. Residents of Ashland Street are increasingly concerned about the safety and implications of this heightened traffic. There's approximately 20 children now that live on that street in the neighborhood, and they play outside or ride their bikes. In addition, many residents walk their pets along the street. And there's parked vehicles, which that's going to happen. I'm not complaining about that. But when everybody's home, you cannot see if a child would run, this person coming down 60 miles an hour would not be able to stop for a child or a dog or anybody. I almost got hit. That's when I took this into action. In the past, we've inquired about getting some installation of some speed humps. However, the request was denied due to the street's previous lack of through access.
and given that Ashland Street is now a connected roadway with substantially increased traffic, we respectfully request that this matter be reconsidered. We understand there may be concerns regarding snow removal. To address this, we propose a seasonal installation of speed humps from March through October with removal during the winter months to accommodate snow plowing. A similar approach was, I don't know if it still is, implemented on, a roadway by BCMS. I don't know if that's recently been taken out. It used to be there. And I think there's also some deal with the, Lucas Avenue. Okay, is that right? No, okay. Somebody just told me, so. We would just appreciate the consideration of a comparable solution for Ashland Street. Alternatively, we would welcome guidance on the appropriate next steps to pursue traffic calming measures. Thank you for your time and consideration. I do have signatures of all the people on Ashland Street who answered their doors. Somebody wants these?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for letting us all come. I don't know if anybody else wants to say anything for Ashland Street.
How often are you seeing semis and the large trucks coming through?
In the past few days, like 3.
The one today, the truck must have been dropping someone off because they went down and trying to register back out. You know, so
They shouldn't be in with the tanker truck.
This one, there's also farm equipment that's
Yes.
running through there.
Yeah,
On a very consistent basis,
cutting through the law.
cutting through rather than going down.
Yeah.
And I'm at 523, Ashland, my name's Don Martin. And I have watched along with her, there's been several times I've seen children almost get hit. I walk my dog, and there have been occasions when I've had to jump up onto grass or in someone's yard with my dog to avoid being hit.
It's just, the other night I was sitting in the living room and I heard a car coming. And I just kind of looked out and it's like, you know, and we sit right there at the end. So they had to roll through the stop sign to get going that fast. And that happens a lot.
I've got a video showing the vehicle coming down slow, and you can barely see it. You know, if you're not looking good, you're not gonna see the cars coming on it whenever the street is full. And what's bad is, you could look up that direction, and you would think it wasn't there, but because you have to worry about people that are doing a rolling stop down at the stop sign, and they're running 30 mile an hour by the time you get up where we live. I mean, you're looking both ways, and you could very easily have missed the truck was coming down the road.
It's a bad problem.
It's even bad going up the Ashland, they incline. They fly up as well as they fly down. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason for what direction they're going. If they can get 50 up through that hill, they'll take it. I mean, you know, this is what happens.
And another thing is the speed limit sign, when you turn right there, when you're going down, you don't see that stop sign. It's right there. Speed limit, I'm sorry, speed limit sign. It's not that it's blocked, it's just that when you're turning off of 50, you're worried because there's cars coming. You don't see it. And a lot of people didn't even think it was posted down there. So I don't know if we can maybe remove
Big
it.
pine tree kind of height.
And the one on the other end, there's a pine tree, there's like a pine tree or something right there that is starting to grow.
We lived there for 25 years. And I didn't realize it was 20 mile an hour until Cliff told me 6 months ago. Everyone thinks it's 30, you know, typical city, 30 mile an hour. If you got 30, you're gonna take 40. You know, that's common knowledge.
Yeah,
So.
and it's slower because it's a business direction. There's some number there because of the business.
It says child.
It says children's lane or something like that. That's been up there forever.
says caution, slow children. But that's it.
Okay. So anyway. Thank you.
And it's, I mean, it's semis, it's cars, it's
Yeah.
everything.
Can you do some birds, people?
Yeah, it's really bad Saturday night after the race. People got to go.
And you only got 2 stoplights in the town, they're just trying to avoid the last one.
Sean, have you, been very people treatment? Do you object to temporary treatment?
Now, they have stopped done a pump with an H, they're made for 20 miles an hour. So if you run the speed limit, it's no problem running over it. It's still good for your, if the ambulance needs to go down. You know, things like that, it's fine. If you run the speed limit, it does not cause a problem. They use them in garage parking, different places like that. What was that called? Speed hump, H-U-M-P. Speed hump.
Affordable, you can pick them up, move them.
Or we could throw Steelies out on the road. No. Just kidding. I was kidding.
Tom, did you know this much when you guys patrolled down there recently or in general?
I'll just be very true. Ashland, Williamson Road, Walnut. It's due to the increase in traffic. Those are pretty hot spots with kind of penalizing the traffic.
Yeah.
And my 2 cents, you know, you've got to put something there to make it stop. Make it stop. I'm trying to stay in my lane, but the bump or the linear offset to make the drivers have to slow down. Would you like to see a picture of one of them?
Well, she just pulled some.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
That's
ask,
all right.
is it primarily people cutting through the neighborhood? Is it
Yeah.
people in the neighborhood?
It's
Both
you.
of the above.
Both of the above.
There's a
Yeah.
few people who live in the neighborhood that, and I know there's a young girl that drives a certain car that mentioned that she flies. I mean, she just gets.
There's an.
Even a school bus coming down the hill this past 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
speak of the school bus flies. Always has. And they have to stop, you know?
So can we put something in the, I don't know what they're called, but for the signs we moved to a more visible spot. And could we put some kind of a flash, I mean, are we allowed to put a flasher on there to try and draw attention to?
We have a flasher. We might be looking to,
We got some one battery on the table last.
they won't last.
And the lady that just come in and see me the other day, one of the, she actually was talking about that, she's got a new LED thing that you can use, stuff like that.
I think that's probably the quickest approach we can take is to change the sign and then try and get that, and then.
Was that a solar, like just like the?
Yeah, just a round disc, it has a solar panel on top, at least, all the way around it has different modes, if you walk around the way.
So at that point, we're probably looking at least 2 speed signs. And you may end up having to do maybe 2 stop signs to really get that. I think
Flashers on the stop signs
or at least
too.
an outline or something to where.
I just don't think they see.
Well, that's why if we put the flashers on it, maybe that way,
Yeah.
just kind of trying to think of like a quick resolve and then a long-term
Yeah.
solution. But if you say, like, even if you didn't know that the.
Yeah.
I know we changed, or we addressed this a few years ago, and I think put up the signs maybe. So that's not working, so more visibility.
I just worry about, just from things I've read, and this is not a threat by any means, that the town would be liable once it's been, that they've been notified, that if something would happen, it would be on the city or the town. Is that true? That's a question for you.
There's a lot of variables with respect to liability, so I'd be remiss to speak out of confidence with respect to liability in that matter. But it's definitely, you raise a valid point, and I think that the town, he or she considers it. Thank you.
I'd say the last time we looked at the speed humps, litigation or during the time, thought there would be liability if something happened as a result of going over the hump too fast. I'm going to ask, if you look into that as well, as that liability.
Sure, so, Title VII, which controls, the traffic code, doesn't have specific speed bump ordinance that's in play. And that's somewhat advantageous for the folks that are here, because it gives the town board, wide discretion to remedy this without someone getting bureaucratic red tape to make people, there wasn't one set aside. So you guys have a lot of discretion. Typical process is you're gonna wanna gather signatures with respect to 75% of the residents that live on this particular street. These folks are already active with respect to that. I convert that into a petition, and then submit it to the board. And then you guys can vote on it. Other concerns may be, if you wanna have an engineer make an analysis to determine questions such as speed hitting the speed bump that's going to be installed, impact on ambulances, things of that nature. There's also, and this doesn't go to undermine anything you folks are saying, because it sounds like speed bump would be certainly an effective measure. But there's also less invasive things such as your speed is, and it shows, that it's flashing. Obviously children are involved here, so, that's up to obviously you folks to decide the best countermeasure to address this issue. But liability is certainly a concern.
We will do some further investigating and come up with this. Is there,
I believe that's, I think there were only 2 houses that we did, 2
there
or
were
3.
3 houses that no one, we were not able to get in contact with.
So I would say that's a good over 75%.
Okay, who would be the best point of contact for us to stay in contact with, to give updates to?
You can give me, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Connie.
Is your phone number on there or anything?
I don't think so. You want it?
I mean, you can send it to us if you don't
we'll
want
do
to
that
announce it for.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would give blast that in public.
No.
So I can get it from Sheila. Okay. All right. Thanks very
Thank
much
you.
for
Yeah,
coming.
thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have anything else on the new business?
Yeah, Jane. Sorry.
I missed you guys, so I had to come. Just quick updates on all the stuff we've been working on. We are hoping for another bike rodeo, this time instead of around the square. We're planning to do it in the park, probably with a free swim night, and ideally the ribbon cutting for the wonderful new playground equipment. And with that, I want to thank Annie for her work on that, because I heard so many wonderful things in town about the equipment and playing on that. We also, we got so Healthy Jackson County gave us a little bit of money to expand our bike trail thinking. This time it's going to be 10-mile county loops around Brownstown, Crothersville, Medora, Freetown, south of Seymour, and then connectors to kind of make one big county-wide. So we're real excited about that. They'll just be on county roads, but they'll still be maps that you can follow. And we also got some money to look at talking with people over the age of 55 to see what they want for their community. So kind of like we did with the bike paths and that kind of thinking. I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop that we'll be having some conversations around those and bring some vision ideas. It's a small amount, so it won't be a full report like we did last time, but we are committing to continuing to look at what it looks like to age in Brownstown. Thank you.
So question, since I ordered the, bike rack, Did you get in touch with anyone on the station?
Not yet, so, sorry,
No.
bit crazy. I will look at that. I forgot all about that anyways. But we will get that. Funding is actually with, Brett's continuing Main Street for that too.
There's going to be a, what is it, a repair station?
A repair station.
You can air up your tires.
Right. Yeah,
In the park.
have equipment to play, tinker around on your bike.
And like you said, park.
Yeah, next to the,
Cause we ordered a, thing to put your bikes on, so the bikes are the way over there. Bike rack. So we're putting that next to the bike rack.
That's cool. Thank you for that.
Thank you. All right, anything else in the new business? If not, we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor of adjourn, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign, meeting adjourned.
I'll go print it off. You just need one copy?
Yeah, well,